this month I thought I would talk about something that I've actually always found a little trite when I've seen it written down or heard other people talk about it. So it's a little bit of a risk. So I want to talk to you about failure. Fact is, we are all trained. I came through state education system, went to a grammar school, academic route, went to university, came out, set up a business and things like that. And all through that experience, we are trained to try and avoid failure. It's all about trying to pass, and avoiding failure. The first time I ever failed anything, or the first time I can remember ever failing anything, was my first driving test. And it was a real shock to me to realise that I'd actually not achieved what I'd set out to achieve. Now, since then, I've heard nothing but failure's a weakness. Not failing is a weakness. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough, and all these sorts of things. And I've come to the view that in fact is exactly right. So I'd like to suggest to you that failure is incredibly underrated. Lots of people say, I know Peter Jones talks about there is no failure, there's only learning and all that sort of stuff. And I've definitely come to the view that far too many of us are scared to fail. We're scared to really push ourselves to the point of just falling over. And very often it's because we're scared of what other people will think about us. It's all about our ego. So we're placing what other people think about us over our capacity to grow and develop and to win. So I always think of, we need a classic interview question when you ask someone, well, what are your weaknesses? And they struggle to come up with all that. That to me is always a classic indicator of someone who's unlikely to work very well with me, because they're either lying or they're purporting to believe that they're nearly perfect. And I don't know anybody that's nearly perfect. I mean, you've only got to look at celebrity lives and whether or not Obama's got a birth certificate or Tiger Woods is doing whatever he does to recognise that everybody's life is not perfect. So avoiding perfection is really important. And there's this adage about if you fail, nothing doesn't kill you, only makes you stronger. And I actually come to believe that is true. I heard Tim Smith talk once from the Eden Centre, and he described entrepreneurs and successful entrepreneurs as a bunch of failures. Because in order to get on, you just got to keep failing and then getting better and better. So I would, like to try and argue this case beyond the triteness of it, because I used to think, well, he's talking about failure. That's rubbish. Nobody wants to fail. Everybody wants to win. Well, of course we want to win, but we want to keep winning by getting better and better and better and pushing ourselves harder and harder. And it is true, if you're always winning, then you're surely not testing yourself, and surely you've got more in you if you're not losing now and again. So for me, looking to fail and lose well and often is a fundamental characteristic to achieving higher standards. You don't think a gold medalist in the Olympics. I know Adrian Morehouse quite well as an Olympic swimmer. Worked for 6 months trying to beat, knock a hundredth of a second off a turn at the end of a pool. Fail. Oh, Edison, 5,000 experiments before he, got something that worked, and the light bulb and everything like that. So I would like to encourage you to try and fail at something every day. I mean, I'm failing all the time, believe me, I get things wrong. I mean, this is not perfect, is it? This is an interview is far from perfect. But by doing it, I'm learning to talk to the camera. I'm learning to try and communicate a message. I'll get feedback from you, hopefully, saying what a load of rubbish, or actually I quite enjoyed that, and I'll learn from it. But it's not perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. So if you want to win, if you want to continue to raise the bar, if you really believe in setting higher standards for yourself and others, then encourage, small, regular losses and failures, and don't be too worried by it, and don't let it knock your confidence, or let it make you think that you're not perfect. because to be honest, you're not perfect. You are a failure, and but be an active failure. Good luck.